Welcome to episode number 6 of the Find Your Calling channel. In today's episode, I'll be sharing the first 3 of 7 keys that will help streamline your journey to discover your own calling in life. In episode number 7, I'll finish sharing the remaining keys. I'm excited to share these insights with you today. So let's get started. I've learned a few things by looking back over my own journey that can help make the trek along this winding path a bit shorter for my fellow travelers. I started out with no clue and fumbled through the process, making quite a few mistakes along the way. These mistakes delayed me from discovering my calling for years. Now that I've taken a hard look at what I went through and what I learned, I believe I've identified a process that you can follow to significantly reduce the time you might otherwise spend in the weeds, trying to find your way back to where you inadvertently strayed from the quickest route to your destination. Whenever anyone takes a journey, it's best to pack appropriately. You wouldn't go hiking in the Alps without taking your trusty hiking boots and ideally a map and a compass. Neither would you likely go to spend time at the beach at the height of the summer season without your swimsuit and some sunscreen. Similarly, this spiritual and intellectual journey you're on will be more enjoyable and successful if you pack the right stuff to take along with you. Consider the following as suggested gear for your journey. Suggestion number 1, know thyself. The first thing I would suggest that you do as you prepare to take this journey is to take some time and think about what you currently believe in your heart of hearts about calling. What do you think finding your calling is supposed to look like? How is it supposed to happen? How should a person go about discerning what their calling in life actually is? Do you even believe every person has a unique calling? Get a notebook, fire up the laptop, use your phone, or make a video. Use whatever method you feel most comfortable with, but begin to chronicle your answers to these questions. You might be clueless about how to even begin to discern what your calling is at this point. You might be thinking, if I knew how a person should go about finding their calling, I wouldn't be listening to this recording right now. So how can I answer these questions? But the truth is that you do have beliefs about what a calling is and how a person discovers their calling. How do I know? Because people who are in search of their calling don't just jump out of bed one morning and decide they want to pursue some undefinable thing. You have some idea, even if it is a rather vague one, about what a calling is and what you're searching for. If you don't have any better idea than that, that's fine. Start there and record it in your journal. By doing this, you're taking an important step to own your own beliefs. As you progress, I suggest you also write about how it feels to not know what your calling is. That can then inform what it is that you're really looking for. Do you feel like you don't know why you're here on planet Earth? Do you feel like you're just taking up space with no purpose, or that your life is largely unfulfilling? It's important to get past what you feel is the correct spiritual answer and drill down to what you really feel. Of course, if you're a Christian, you know in your head that your life has purpose and meaning, but without knowing your calling, it's likely that you feel something quite different. It's quite possible that you're bored to tears with your life and feel that something significant is missing. Wherever you are in that broad range of possible beliefs, thoughts, and feelings on this topic, start recording these things. As you do so, you'll likely discover that you'll have more to say on the topic than you originally believed you would. As you record your thoughts and feelings, I want you to skip the whitewashed version that you would tell someone else. I want you to write down the unvarnished, raw, 100% truth about what you really feel and believe. This is your private journal. You don't have to share this with anyone else, so you can be completely honest. Do you believe God plays favorites, telling those he loves most what their calling is, while leaving you and others out in the cold? Do you believe you just need to be more holy, or pray more, or fast for 2 weeks in order to reach a spiritual state where you're ready to hear from God what your calling is? Do you believe, as I did, that if you'll only work hard enough at doing what you think will please God, then one day he'll make your calling clear by giving you astounding and obvious success, thus erasing all of your doubts? Do you wonder if you have a special, unique calling at all? Do you believe it should be easy to discover your calling and that hard work shouldn't be required? Do you believe that it will be effortless to find success once you finally discover what your calling is? Whatever your questions, doubts, feelings, and beliefs are concerning calling in general, and as they specifically relate to you, document these things using your method of choice. The more in tune you are with your own personal beliefs and emotions, the easier it will be for you to spot the lies you've come to believe and change your false beliefs so that you can finally settle the issue of calling in your life and move forward. I encourage you to continue this practice throughout your journey. As your beliefs begin to change, so will your emotions. Don't brush off or ignore your feelings. They're important indicators. While I don't recommend making major life decisions based solely on emotions, I would suggest that if you make big decisions in life while ignoring your emotions, then you can quite frequently end up making big mistakes. One of the reasons God gave us emotions is so they can serve as a flashing warning light that we need to dig deeper and find out where the emotions are coming from. Drill down to find the belief that's being hinted at by the emotions you're experiencing, and you can learn valuable information that can help you discern the truth and uncover the lies that you've believed. Taking this journey requires facing some hard truths about yourself, and suggestion number 2 is give yourself some grace. You have most likely believed some things that have held you back and sent you on some detours. Determine right now that you'll give yourself some grace and forgive yourself for any mistakes you've made so far, or that you will make in the future as you work through this process. Remember, you're a child of God, deeply loved by your Father. He doesn't despise you for not yet having figured this out. He's on your side and has guided you to this material to help you. I firmly believe that. Suggestion number 3. Don't take yourself so seriously. I'll delve into this more in detail later in the series, but it's a great point to have in mind as you begin. Don't take yourself so seriously. What does that mean? It means that you and I are not capable of screwing up so badly that God can't set things right and get us back on track again. It means that there is no barrier so big that it can prevent you from living out your calling for the rest of your life. Not age, not physical impediment, not other people or circumstances, nothing. It means that it isn't all up to you and me. We aren't the most important component in the equation. Neither of us is Superman or Superwoman, and we don't have to be. The pressure is off. It means you can relax. Think of a kid who's learning to ride a bike. His dad is there the whole time, picking him up when he falls, running beside the bike when he learns to pedal so that he doesn't have to have a bad wreck, and giving him a push-off so he can get some momentum. If the kid isn't taking himself too seriously, he can have fun. It isn't such a big deal when he falls or wobbles or can't start riding without a push the first 10 times. But suppose the kid believes that his dad won't love him as much anymore unless he learns to ride the bike, or that his dad will think he's a great big fat disappointment as a son unless he succeeds at this task. Now that same kid isn't having fun anymore. Now every wobble or fall or mishap has the potential to upend his world. After all, his father's love and acceptance is on the line. Go find a mirror somewhere and look yourself in the face. Now repeat after me. It's not that serious. Really, I encourage you to do that right now. It's important for you to internalize the fact that God will love you just the same no matter what. He isn't mad at you for taking too long to discover your calling. He isn't disappointed that you haven't single-handedly discovered the cure for cancer. He doesn't think you're a no-good do-nothing. The sooner you can let go of all that negative baggage that has made a toxic soup of negativity and self-loathing out of the whole process of finding your calling, the sooner you'll be free to see the truth, discover and embrace your calling, and find the fulfillment that you've been seeking all these years. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. In episode 7, I'll be sharing the remaining 4 keys that will help you streamline your journey to discover your own unique calling in life. I believe you'll find it revealing. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can find out when future episodes are released. If you want additional resources to help you in your journey, I encourage you to consider picking up one of the 2 books I've written on this topic, Find Your Calling Without Losing Your Mind, and Overcome the Obstacles and Succeed at Your Calling. Purchase links for both books can be found in the show notes below. If you find the information in these videos helpful, please share these thoughts with your friends on social media. Thanks for listening, and may God bless your day.